Hi, this is Madhavi from DVSIT. Now I am going to explain an important topic, that is chi-square test in small samples. This is most important one. Using this topic, we can test whether there is difference between observed values and expected values. Expected values means theoretical values. As per formula, what is the value? That is the experimental values. So we can test whether the observed values and expected values are same or not. And the other one is whether the given information is correct or not, suitable or not. So we can test these two cases. For that, psi square equal to sigma O minus E whole square by E. That means O equal to observed value, E equal to expected value, and N equal to number of values in the given data. N equal to number of values in the given experiment, in the given data. First, you have to consider degrees of freedom by calculating the value of psi square from table. So, this is the value of psi square from formula. Psi square equal to sigma O minus E by E whole square. So, this is the formula to find psi square. Now, we have to find psi square value from table. For that, we have to calculate degrees of freedom first. In general, degrees of freedom nu equal to n minus 1. In case of binomial distribution, degrees of freedom nu equal to n minus 1. In case of Poisson distribution, degrees of freedom nu equal to n minus 2. In case of normal distribution, degrees of freedom nu equal to n minus 3. So, using these degrees of freedom, we can calculate psi square alpha from the table. If psi square less than psi square alpha, we accept H naught. If psi square greater than psi square alpha, we reject H naught. So, this is the method to test the given statement. Now, let us go for an example. So, using the sum square test, we can test whether the given data is suitable or not, whether the given information gives the correct result or not. That is the method. So, first example is example 1. In 120 throws of a single die, the following distribution of the faces were obtained. The data is faces, number of faces, frequency. One, 30, 2, 25, 3, 18, 4, 10, 5, 22, 6, 15. Face. Does the data indicate an unbiased die? So, this is the question. So, this is the given question. We are throwing a die. 120 times. So how many times the experiment is conducted? 120 times. We are throwing a die 120 times, and the observed values are given here. That means the die with phase 1 comes 30 times. The die with phase 2 comes 25 times. So in these 120 cases, die with phase 1, this comes 30 times. Die with phase 2 comes 25 times. Die with phase 3 comes 18 times. Similarly, die with phase 4 comes 10 times. Die with phase 5 comes 22 times. Die with phase 6 comes 15 times. So this is the given data. This is the observed values. By doing the experiment, these are the observed values. The question is, does the data indicate unbiased die? So using this information, can we say that the die is unbiased or not? That is the question. So this is the given information. Phase 1, die with phase 1 comes 30 times. Die with phase 2 comes 25 times. So this is the given data. Using this information, we have to say that whether the given die is unbiased or not. First, we have to learn what is meant by unbiased and what is meant by biased. Unbiased die means a die without any damages, without any defectives. Unbiased die means a fair die, no damages are there. Biased die means a die with damages. If a die is with damages, then there is no chance of getting equal probability for each number. If a die is fair, that means unbiased, then there is a chance for every number to get the same probability. That means if a die is unbiased, if a die is fair, then the probability of getting 1 is 1 by 6. That means, so if a die is thrown, then there are 6 cases. Then the how many phases are there with 1? Only 1. So the probability of getting 1 is 1 by 6. P of x equal to 2. 1 by 6. Because if a die is thrown, there are 6 cases. Totally there are 6 cases. A die with phase 2. How many phases are there like that? A die with phase 2? Only 1. So there will be only one phase with 1 and one phase with 2 and one phase with 3, like that. So P of x equal to 2 is 1 by 6. P of x equal to 3 is 1 by 6. So that means similarly P of x equal to 6, that is equal to 1 by 6. That means there is equal probability for each number. Now we have to find these are the observed values. We have to find the expected values first. For that, first n equal to sigma f. N means how many times experiment done. Sigma f, that is equal to 120. And observed frequency table, expected frequency equal to n into P of x equal to x. Expected frequency is n into P of x equal to x. Now expected frequency table, that is x, P of x equal to x, E equal to n into P of x equal to x. X, that means 1, phase 1. Now what is the probability for getting phase 1? P of x equal to 1, 1 by 6. E equal to 120 into 1 by 6, 20. 2, phase 2. The probability of getting phase 2 is 1 by 6. E equal to 120 into 1 by 6, 20. 3, phase 3, 1 by 6, 20. Phase 4, 1 by 6, 20. 5, 1 by 6, 20. 6. So this is the expected frequencies. After that, we have to go for the table. First, we have to find the expected frequencies. The formula is n into p of x equal to x. For each value, we have found the expected frequencies. Now, table, OE table, the comparison between observed values and expected values. That means x, observed value, expected value, O minus E whole square, whole square O minus E whole square by E. Yes, 1. Observed frequency. Observed frequency we have to get from table, given table, 30. Expected, 20. O minus E, 10. O minus E whole square, 100. O minus E whole square by E, 100 by 20, 5. Phase with 2, 25. Given value is 25. Expected value is 20. O minus E, 5. Whole square, 25. 1.25, 25 by 20, 1.25, 3, 18, 20, minus 2, 4, 4 by 20, 0.2, 4 by 20, sorry, 0.2, 4, 10, 20, minus 10, 100, 5, 100 by 20, 5, 5, 22, 22, like that, 4, 4 by 20, 0.2, 6, 15, 20, minus 5, 25, 1.25. So, by adding all these terms, sigma O minus A whole square by E equal to, by adding all these terms, sigma O minus A whole square by E equal to, by adding all these terms, 5 plus 1.25 plus 0.2 plus 5 plus 0.2 plus 1.25, we will get psi square equal to, by adding all these terms, we will get 12.9. So this is the value of psi square from the formula. So first we have to calculate the value of psi square from the formula. For that we have to compare O and E using this table. X, O, E, O minus E whole square, O minus E whole square by E. 1. First X is 1. O is 30. O means observed value. The observed value means this can be this is given in the table. E, expected value, we have found O minus E whole square, O minus E whole square by E. So, by adding all these terms, we will get the psi square value, 12.9. Next, we have to go for table for psi square. We have to get the value of psi square from table. For that, degrees of freedom equal to n minus 1. N means how many values given in the data? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. 6 minus 1, 5. So, at 5 degrees of freedom, psi square alpha, psi square 0.05 equal to 11.07. That means psi square greater than psi square alpha. 12.9 is greater than 11.07. So we have to first set up H naught. Now H naught means what is the given question, whether the die is unbiased or not. We have to set up that the die is unbiased. We have to assume that the die is unbiased. H1, the die is biased. Alpha 5%. Now psi square greater than psi square alpha. So we reject H naught. We reject H naught. That means we are rejecting that the die is unbiased. We are accepting H1. We accept H1. That means we are accepting the die is biased. So the die is biased. That means the die is not a fair die. Using this information, we can say that the die is not fair. So this is the one example for psi square test. So a die is thrown 120 times. Which face we will get how many times? That is given in the table. The face with 1 comes how many times? The face with 2 comes how many times? This is the given data. So using this data, we have to find whether the die is unbiased or not. So first we have to set up H naught. That is the die is unbiased. H1, the die is biased. Alpha 5%. Okay. After that, we have to find expected values, theoretical values for each face, for each number. For that, we have to go for a table, expected frequency table, E equal to n into P of x equal to x. So that is the formula to find expected frequency for each value. Using that formula, we got 20 as expected value for each number. After that, we have to compare observed values and expected values. For that, we have used a table O, E, O minus E, O minus E whole square, O minus E whole square by E, like that. So we are adding all the O minus E whole square by E values. From that, we got 12.9. So that is psi square value. So psi square equal to 12.9. So this is the value of psi square from formula. So leave that. Next, we have to find the psi square value from table. For that, we have to consider degrees of freedom n minus 1. N means how many? N means how many values are given in the table. There are 6 values given in the table. So 6 minus 1, 5. So at 5 degrees of freedom, psi square alpha, psi square 0.05 is 11.07. This value can be obtained from the table. So we psi square greater than psi square alpha. That means we reject H naught. We accept H1. That means we are accepting that the die is biased. That means we can say that the die is not fair using this information. So this is the method of psi square test. Again, we will go for another example. So next example is fitting of binomial distribution. Whether the binomial distribution is a good fit or not. 4 coins were tossed 160 times and the following results were obtained. Number of heads, observed frequency, 0, 17, 1, 52, 2, 54, 3, 31, 4, 6. So this is the given information. Using this information, we have to test the goodness of it, for binomial distribution, at 5% LOS. So this is the given question. The experiment is tossing 4 coins. Tossing 4 coins is experiment. And this experiment is done how many times? Means we have to add all these terms. That means first n equal to sigma f 17 plus 52 plus 54 plus 31 plus 6. By adding all these terms, we will get 160. That means the experiment is done 160 times. That means, so first we have tossed 4 coins. Again we have tossed 4 coins. Again we have tossed 4 coins. So in this manner we have done this experiment 160 times. So one trial means tossing 4 coins. So tossing 4 coins is one experiment. The tossing 4 coins is second case. Tossing 4 coins is third case. In this manner we have done this experiment 160 times. Now the given information is number of heads. 0 heads. 0 heads means no head. That means all the cases are tails. 0 heads means no head. Okay, all the coins are tails. That means tail. We got like this 17 times. So 0 heads means all the tails we got. So like this we got 17 times. So 0 heads we got 17 times. 1 head. So HTTT, THTT, like this we got 52 times. And 2 heads we got 54 times. 2 heads. 2 heads means HTT, HT, like this. 2 heads we got 54 times. And 3 heads we got 31 times. 4 heads we got 6 times. So this is the observed values given in the year table. Now we have to test whether the binomial distribution is suitable for this data or not. That is the given question. Now this is the given information using the coins. Now we have to test whether the binomial distribution is suitable for this data or not. That is the given question. For that we have to go for binomial distribution first. After that observed values and expected values. First binomial distribution. Here n equal to 4. That means we are tossing 4 coins each time. That means number of trials n equal to 4. N equal to 160. Using binomial distribution, the probability of each case equal to, for binomial distribution, otherwise P equal to, first let P equal to the probability of getting head, because the question is on heads. So P equal to probability of getting head, that is half. Q equal to the probability of not getting head. Not getting head, that is equal to 1 minus half, that is equal to half. N equal to 4. From binomial distribution, the probability of each x from binomial distribution, the probability of each x is p of x equal to x, ncx, p power x, q power n minus x. Now n means 4, 4cx, half power x, half power 4 minus x. So 4cx, half power x plus 4 minus x. So that is equal to 4cx, half power 4 for x equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. X equal to 0, 1 up to 4, up to n. So this is the binomial distribution formula to find each probability for x. Next, the observed frequencies are given in the table and the expected frequencies. Expected frequency E equal to n into p of x equal to x. N means 160 into p of x equal to x. So first you have to find expected frequency E value for each x. So using this formula, we have to find expected frequency for each x. Okay. First, our question is the binomial distribution is a suitable case for this data or not. That is our question. For that, first we have to find expected values from binomial distribution. So using the binomial distribution, the probability value is ncx, p power x, q power n minus x. By substituting all the values, 4cx, 1 by 2 power 4. So first, next the expected frequency E equal to n into p of x equal to x. So first you have to find the expected frequency for each value. Let us go for that table. X, p of x equal to x, E equal to 160 into p of x equal to x. X, 0 x, 1, 2, 3, 4. P of x equal to 0. What is the formula for p of x equal to x? P of x equal to x, just now we found 4cx 1 by 2 power 4. This is the formula we got. So p of x equal to 0. 4c0 1 by 2 power 4. That means 4c0 is 1 by 16. 160 into 1 by 16, that is equal to 10. Next, p of x equal to 1. P of x equal to 1 means 4c1 1 by 2 power 4. 4. 4 into 1 by 16, that is equal to 4 by 6. 160 into 4 by 16, that is equal to 40. P of x equal to 2. 6 by 16. 4c2. 6 by 16. 160 into 6 by 16. 60. P of x equal to 3. 4c3. 1. Sorry, 4c3. 4. 4 by 16. 160 into 4 by 16. 40. X equal to 4. 4c4. 1 into 1 by 16. 160 into 1 by 16. That is equal to 10. So, these are the expected frequencies, theoretical frequencies. That means, if 4 coins are thrown 120 times, the face with the number of heads, there are 0 heads, we have to get 10 times. As per rule, 0 heads we have to get 10 times. As per formula, 1 head we have to get 40 times. 2 heads we have to get 60 times. As per rule, this is the method. 3 heads we have to get 40 times. But as per observed values, 1 head we have 0 heads we got how many times? 17 times. So now we have to compare observed values and expected values. From that we can test whether this data is correct or not. So now we go for the comparison. Now we have found the expected frequencies. Now let us go for OE table. OE comparison. OE table. X O E O minus E whole square O minus E whole square by E. So X 0 observed value that is given in the table. What is that? 17. Expected value, we have found the expected frequency for 0. What is that? 10. O minus E, 17 minus 10, 7, 49. 49 by 10, 4.9. Next 1. What is the observed value for 1? 52. Expected value 40. 12. 144. 144 by 40. 3.6. 2. 54. 60. Minus 6. 36. So 36 by 60. That is equal to 0.6. 3. 31. 40. Minus 9. 81. 2.025. 4. 6. 10. Minus 4. 16. 1.6. By adding all these terms, we get 12.725. So, psi square equal to sigma O minus E whole square by E. So, what is this addition? 12.725. So, this is the value of psi square from formula. So, this is the OE comparison. Observed values and expected values comparison, and the method to find the psi square value. So, what is the psi square value? Now we got 12.725. Next, we have to set up H naught. H naught. Now, what is the question given? Whether the binomial distribution is good fit or not. So, the binomial distribution is a good fit. The binomial distribution is suitable for this data. Distribution is a good fit. We assume that the binomial distribution is suitable for this data. We will assume that. Now we test whether it is accepted or not. H1. The binomial distribution is not a good fit. So which one satisfies? Now we check. Alpha 5%. So degrees of freedom n minus 1. N means 5 minus 1. 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 values are given. So n minus 1, 5 minus 1, 4. So H nu equal to 4 degrees of freedom. Psi square alpha, psi square 0.05 equal to 9.49. So the value of psi square from formula is 12.725. The value of psi square from table is 9.49. So we can say that psi square greater than psi square alpha. So this is 12.725. This is 9.49. So psi square greater than psi square alpha. So we reject H naught. We accept H1. That means we can say that the binomial distribution is not a good fit for this given data. So using psi square test, we can test whether the binomial distribution or Poisson distribution is suitable for this data or not. First, we observed that binomial distribution. From this example, we can say that the binomial distribution is not suitable for the given data. So, this is the second example. Thank you.